You're alone. No text, no noise, no one around. At first it feels quiet, but then the silence gets heavy. You reach for distractions, your phone, the TV, anything. Because being alone is one thing, but feeling lonely, that's harder. The Stoics knew this feeling. They walked through exile, poverty, rejection, and isolation. But they didn't fear solitude. They used it. They believe the most powerful person in the world is the one who is complete within themselves. In this video, we'll explore how to be alone without feeling lonely, using the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Loneliness is not about being alone, it's about being uncentered. You can be surrounded by people and still feel disconnected. You can be alone and feel deeply whole. Epictetus said, "A man should so live that his happiness depends as little as possible on external things." Loneliness doesn't come from being alone. It comes from needing others to feel whole. The Stoic path is learning to be enough, with nothing but your own mind and spirit. Discomfort in solitude isn't something to be afraid of. If silence feels unbearable, that's not a problem. It's a signal. It shows where your mind runs when it's unoccupied, what insecurities surface when no one's watching, and well, what inner work still needs to be done. Seneca said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than necessary." The discomfort isn't punishment, it's invitation, an opportunity to examine, reflect, rebuild. Solitude, is a training ground for inner freedom. The Stoics believe that freedom begins in the mind. If your peace depends on constant company, it's fragile. But if you can sit with your thoughts, calm your nervous system, and enjoy your own presence, then you're free. No matter where you are, that's real power. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Solitude lets you choose the color. Time alone is really time to know yourself. We live in a world where we know everything, except ourselves. Solitude gives you space to ask, what do I really want? What pain am I carrying? What kind of person am I becoming? Epictetus said, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. You can't become who you're meant to be if you're always surrounded by noise. Solitude creates clarity. Clarity creates direction. So, use solitude to build, not just escape. Solitude is not about doing nothing. It's about doing the most important things, reflecting, reordering your thoughts, aligning your life with virtue. Seneca spent entire days in quiet study and writing, not to run from the world, but to better face it. Use solitude to journal, read, think, create, and heal. Solitude is a workshop, not a waiting room. Choose your inner company wisely. The Stoics didn't only seek solitude, they sought wise solitude. Seneca said, withdraw into yourself as far as you can. Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Even when alone, you're never truly alone. You bring your beliefs, your self-talk, your thoughts, your memories. Be mindful of what you carry inside. Choose inner dialogue that encourages, instructs, grounds, and builds. You can still love people, without needing them to feel whole. Solitude isn't selfish. The Stoics loved deeply, but they didn't let love become dependence. Epictetus taught, attach yourself to what is within you. When you master being alone, you show up more fully in relationships, you're less reactive, and you love out of abundance, not fear. You no longer say, I need you to feel okay. Instead you say, I'm okay, and I choose to share this peace with you. Let nature teach you to enjoy your own company. Marcus often found peace in observing nature, the stars, the trees, and the flow of time. He saw himself as a part of the whole. The Stoics believed solitude connects you to something larger than the ego. So, walk in nature, watch the clouds, feel the wind, breathe. In that stillness you remember, life is happening now, you belong, and you're not alone, you're alive. Turn solitude into a daily practice. Solitude isn't just a feeling, it's a skill. You get better at it by doing it, intentionally and consistently. Start with, say, 10 minutes a day of no input. Try journaling instead of scrolling. Embrace silence instead of stimulation. Don't fear your own company. Cultivate it. You'll find someone worth knowing, you. Let's turn this into a simple practice you can follow. Step 1. Schedule silence. Choose 10 to 30 minutes daily with no distractions. No phone, no music, no noise. Step 2. Journal with intention. Use prompts like, what's bothering me right now? What do I avoid when I'm alone? And what truth am I afraid to face? Step 3. Read a Stoic text. Choose a short passage from Meditations, Letters to Lucilius, or Epictetus's Discourses. Reflect. Ask yourself, how does this apply to my current life, and what does this reveal about my thinking? Step 4. Walk or sit in nature. Just observe. Don't distract yourself. Let stillness speak. Step 5. Close with a virtue intention. Ask, what kind of person do I want to be today? Write down one word: courage, discipline, calm, or maybe kindness. Let that guide you. Here are 5 Stoic prompts for embracing solitude. What does my mind run from when I'm alone? Am I addicted to noise? And why? How can I make solitude a practice, not a punishment? What truth have I been too busy to hear? And what would Marcus or Seneca do with this silence? Use these to ground yourself. Return to them as needed. If you said, I feel lonely, Marcus Aurelius would say, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. If you said, I can't handle being alone, Epictetus would say, no man is free who is not master of himself. If you said, I just want someone to be there, Seneca would remind you, a great mind is strong in itself and depends only partly on the body. They wouldn't shame your loneliness, they'd guide you through it, back to inner power. Being alone doesn't mean being abandoned, it means being available to yourself. Solitude reveals what you value, what you fear, what you carry, and what you avoid. And from that awareness you can choose peace, not distraction, reflection, not escape, wholeness, not dependence. The Stoic doesn't fear being alone, because they've met the one person they can never lose, their truest self, and they've made peace with them.